This is a review and a bit of an update on the Autosmart Aromatek machine. So its main purpose is to eliminate certain odours, things like spilt milk, smoker's vehicle. If you've got if you've bought a car maybe that's had sort of pets in there, you get that sort of wet, petty sort of smell. And it doesn't sort of mask the smell. There's a lot of things on the market today that you can put in vehicles and it might mask the smell for sort of, anywhere between sort of 3 days to a couple of weeks, where this purpose of this machine is to eliminate the smells or the odours completely. Now the machine itself, this is the second one I've had. I've sort of been into valeting, started years ago, so I went into it for a few years, came out of it, went back into it, so I purchased another machine. I've had this one for about 4 months now, I think it is. And things changed a little bit because years ago, because there were so many of these around, they're very popular. I think a lot of the Autosmart guys used to carry them on the vans. The actual unit itself, the machine, I think it's about 450 brand new. But I think now you have to order them. I don't think all the Autosmart guys have them on their vans. And also the cartridges have gone up drastically in price. They used to be quite cheap, where now this was the main one, the Nutrox, which is the one that sort of like eliminates the odours. And then afterwards, because it's quite potent smell, that one, it's one of them smells you'll either like it or you'll absolutely hate it. Then afterwards you're better off putting in sort of like a one that's like fragrant. This one here is bubblegum, chewing gum, which is probably a bit more pleasant than the Nutrox. But these two cartridges alone now, they're like £85, where I think sort of 10 years ago you could probably get them for half the cost. Now the actual machine itself, you put the cartridges in here, and inside the unit it's got a fan which blows through this way. It's got like a heater element, so it heats up the cartridge, and then it does what it has to do. Normally, you sort of, depending on the smell, you can adjust the cartridges depending on how much you want to go through, and then it's dependent on time. The machine's got it's like a 30-minute timer, timing slot, sorry. So if the smell's quite bad, some people, other valeters, they might stick it there for a couple of hours in the vehicle, let it run. Whereas on mobile, and I'm generally using a generator, if I can't plug into mains at a customer's address, I'd normally sort of open up the cartridge quite wide and then sort of run it for a lesser time, which is normally quite good. I mean, with these machines, they're not 100%. You have to, so like you spilt milk, you'd have to go into the vehicle and sort of shampoo the area, try and get as much out as you can, and then put the machine in afterwards. And it's just another process to try and get rid of the odours completely. So it's definitely one of the better machines out there today, although they're not as popular as they used to be. And I think that it's probably more down to cost for the customer. I think people's things are changing, people working longer hours, perhaps they haven't got time to keep their cars as clean as they once would, and money's a little bit tight. I mean, it's a luxury having a vehicle valeted, although a spillage, it's probably a bit more of a priority, especially if it smells quite bad. But the first machine I had a few years back, I was always selling the service, or people were asking, whereas today I don't get it so much. I mean, it's nice to have, but I just don't sell the service as much, or don't get asked as much as I used to. I mean, if you're a good salesperson, you're good at upselling, one of these machines might do you quite well, where I only I've got it listed on my website, and only tend to sort of, if I go to a vehicle that's been smoked and it's really bad, I'll mention it. If I go to a vehicle that's, spilt milk, I'll mention it, but I won't push it with the customer. They either sort of want it they don't sort of thing, but it's not as popular as it once was, which is a bit of a shame really, because it's a really good system to eliminate say smoker smells, pet smells, spilt milk, even sometimes if you get car sickness and stuff like that. It's pretty good at, once you've sort of cleaned up the area and done that part of it and put this in, it works really well.